Namaste and welcome, beloved mighties.
Bienvenidos, amados compañeros poderosos.
We have some Holy Spirit assistants.
Tenemos asistentes del Espíritu Santo,
Reminding us that all is joy.
recordándonos que todo es dicha,
That every sound can be the sound of God
que cada sonido puede ser el sonido de Dios.
if we cease to deny that it's God.
Si dejamos de negar que es Dios.
So thank you, little ones, for helping us to remember.
Así que gracias, pequeños, por hacernos recordar
That God is in everything I see and in everything I hear.
que Dios está en todo lo que veo y todo lo que escucho.
So thank you, Jesus, again for these lessons
Gracias, Jesús, otra vez por estas lecciones
and for the joy of all these mighty companions so devoted to God coming together.
y por estos hermosos compañeros poderosos que se unen juntos para estar con Dios,
To celebrate God together
para celebrar a Dios juntos.
and to help each other step toward heaven.
Y para ayudarnos a irnos hacia el cielo.
And it was so beautiful this morning when Lori came in for a joining.
Y fue tan hermoso esta mañana cuando Lori vino a unirse conmigo
To be reminded of our holy purpose together.
para ser recordadas de nuestro santo propósito juntas.
And she was mentioning about how she could feel like kind of being taken over, right, by the light, like that feeling of the light trying to take over.
Y me estaba comentando sobre este sentido de como que se estaba envolviendo en la luz, completamente disolviéndose en la luz.
And that's the whole gig. That's the whole game.
Y todo es eso es todo el juego.
We were asking Jesus about it and could see how consciousness creates this, it creates the experience of wanting to feel like it's taken over and then saying no to, oh, I don't want to be taken over.
Y podemos ver ese juego en la conciencia, como que sabes que la luz te está envolviendo y entonces juega como que no quiere que la luz lo envuelva, ¿no? Ese juego.
That feels good to look at first thing this morning.
Eso se siente bien de mirar esta mañana.
Jesus, do I have a desire to feel like I'm going to be taken over by the light?
Jesús, tengo un sentido como que la luz me va a envolver o que tenga miedo de que la luz me envuelva.
And then to play like screaming, no, I don't want to be taken over.
Y entonces gritar y jugar a como que no quiero que la luz me disuelva completamente.
The donkey outside agrees.
El
goes,
burro de allá
yes.
afuera. El burro de allá afuera comprende, dice sí.
It's so beautiful. Mexico, sí.
México sí.
Mexico. I have to learn how to say it right. Okay. So we're on lesson 26, and so far Jesus, he's really showing us to see, I do not know what anything's for.
Entonces estamos en la lección 26 y Jesús nos está enseñando que en realidad no sé para qué es nada.
And then looking carefully at that itch, that relishing, knowing what everything's for.
Y mirar profundamente a ese aprecio, esa ansiedad de querer lo que algo significa o lo que tiene que ser.
So you can ask Jesus, do I relish wanting to know what everything's for? Just relish it.
Le preguntamos a Jesús, ¿en realidad aprecio de querer conocer las cosas o querer saber para qué es algo?
That's really helpful to see how we really relish the opposite of every lesson.
Y es bien práctico de ver cómo apreciamos de querer ir en contra de cada elección
In the play of consciousness.
en el juego de la conciencia.
That's why the lessons can seem like you're really duking it out with the lessons, because the ego doesn't want to see it's relishing everything the lessons are telling us. It's trying to hold on to the exact opposite.
Entonces es bien profundo de ver estas lecciones y comprenderlas, porque vas a ver que el ego va a ir en contra de todo lo que esta lección nos está enseñando, va a ir completamente en contra de su esencia.
It's like you go back to Jesus at the end of the day and go, Jesus, I didn't think about this lesson one time.
Y es como que regresas a la lección y entonces viene ese pensamiento como que Jesús, ni siquiera me recordé de esta lección ni un minuto.
So we can see really with him, and that's why we can ask him for the help.
Por eso podemos mirar con él y en realidad pedirle ayuda.
Because we can see how much consciousness plays to try to forget the lesson.
Y podemos ver ese juego de cuánto la conciencia le gusta jugar a olvidarse de la lección.
Yeah, we can ask Jesus, does consciousness like the play of holding on to hell?
Y le podemos preguntar a Jesús, ¿a la conciencia le gusta aferrarse al juego del infierno?
Then we can start laughing about it because we can see we're doing this, making it up and then pretending, oh, I don't like it at all.
Entonces ahí es donde podemos admitir, ¿no? De ver el juego de cómo lo reconozco y después no quiero verlo en lo absoluto.
It's like the game of, oh my gosh, the light's going to get me. It's going to get me.
Es el juego de, oh, por Dios, la luz me va a agarrar, la luz me va a agarrar.
The whole time where you're already the light.
Todo el tiempo cuando aún ya eres la luz.
It doesn't feel funny if we believe that this running is true.
Pero no se siente chistoso si creemos que este escapar es real.
That there's something to run away from or run towards.
Que hay algo al cual podemos escaparnos o algo al que podemos acercarnos.
So we're sitting on the lap of God with that protest sign going, God, don't give me these lessons. I want to keep that I'm not on your lap.
Y entonces estamos sentados en Dios con una señal de protesta diciendo, no, Dios, no me enseñes que ya soy perfecto.
I'm not the light. No, I'm not the light.
Y diciendo, no soy la luz, no soy la luz.
Meanwhile, you're the light the whole time.
Cuando en todo ese transcurso ya eres la luz.
And that's when the humor comes in.
Y ahí es donde podemos comenzar a reírnos.
And Buddha laughs at the sky.
Y el Buda se rió al cielo.
And says, see that he's been the light all along.
Y notó que era la luz todo el tiempo.
So the play is to pretend we're not light, go searching for light, pretend like we're going to be eaten by the light, and then find out you're the light.
Entonces todo el tiempo es tratar de escaparnos de la luz, tratar de tenerle miedo a la luz, tratar de evitar la luz cuando ya somos la luz.
Oh, okay. Jesus, you're right again.
Jesús, tienes la razón otra vez.
Okay, lesson 26. Show me where I'm wrong again, Jesus.
Entonces, lección 26. Enséñame dónde no tengo la razón otra vez, Jesús.
Okay. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability.
Mis pensamientos de ataque Mis pensamientos de ataque atacan mi invulnerabilidad.
Okay, so this can only be Jesus. If Dyra can have two kids screaming in the back and still hear Jesus, this shows us we can all hear Jesus in every circumstance.
Entonces, esta es una gran prueba que si Daira puede traducir y con los dos niños en el fondo, y aún así está escuchando a Jesús, esta es la prueba de que no hay excepción.
Because the ego plays like that. Oh, there's all this noise, so I can't hear you, Jesus.
Porque el ego le encanta jugar. Ay, hay toda esta bulla y no puedo escucharte, Jesús.
You can find that these things are the best opportunity of practicing hearing.
Y puedes ver que estas son los escenarios perfectos para practicar de escuchar su voz.
That Jesus is still here and the light's still here regardless of kids yelling, dogs barking, them playing music down on the melicon as loud as they can do it.
Que aunque haya bulla, aunque haya un perro, o haya bulla, un perro en el malecón, en todos los escenarios, Jesús aún está aquí.
Because the consciousness is going to make up all kinds of scenarios to say why we're not light now.
Porque la conciencia va a tratar de hacer todos estos escenarios para decir que no es luz en este momento.
It's a little scenario generator.
Es un generador de escenarios.
Here's the next story that we listen to believe, to play in, that something's wrong in the world.
Esta es la próxima escena, la próxima película de lo que está yendo mal en el mundo en este momento.
And when you start seeing how the power, what he's talking about to drop the story, you'll see how powerful that is.
Y si podemos reconocer el poder de que él nos enseña de simplemente abandonarle historias, podemos reconocer ese poder.
So it's really using the determination to hear God in every circumstance.
Entonces, en realidad es esa determinación de escuchar a Dios en cada momento.
So instead of being determined not to find God and look for hell in everything, he's turning us back to be determined to find God in everything.
Entonces, en vez de empezar a ir en esa búsqueda de todo lo que está sucediendo mal, del infierno, todas estas cosas, es mantenernos con la voz de Dios.
So now we look at this lesson, my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability.
Entonces, miremos a esta lección. Mis pensamientos de ataque atacan mi invulnerabilidad.
So we can ask Jesus, Jesus, do I have a desire for experience of it, trying to attack invulnerability?
Jesús, entonces, enséñame si hay algún deseo de la experiencia que mis pensamientos de ataque puedan atacar mi invulnerabilidad.
As we start with infinite light, the light of infinite being.
Y comenzamos con la luz del ser infinito.
The abject power of the holy instant.
El poder objetivo del instante santo.
And see, is the holy instant having attack somewhere in there?
Y podemos notar si el instante santo contiene algún ataque en sí mismo.
Is the light going, I really want to be attacked right now?
La luz está diciendo, en realidad quiero ser atacada ahora mismo.
So he's showing us the fantasy is attack is trying to attack this light that can't be attacked.
Entonces, él nos está enseñando la fantasía del ataque porque la luz no puede ser atacada en este instante.
And it seems insane when we really look at it carefully. It feels really insane. The light can't be attacked.
Entonces, cuando lo miramos cuidadosamente, podemos notar que la luz, es imposible que la luz pueda ser atacada.
So Jesus is telling us, you are insane. You're already insane. Just see, it's insane to try to attack the holy instant.
Entonces Jesús nos está apuntando diciendo, estás loco, estás loca de pensar que puedes ser atacada en este mismo instante.
It's like Jesus, oh, and he takes you down, in chapter 20, and you go down there and you go, oh my gosh, I'm trying to beat the tar out of the light.
Entonces es cuando estás atravesando el capítulo 20, viendo los deseos y las creencias, es como que, oh, por Dios, Jesús, está atacando el Torah de todos estos, de este instante santo,
Which is impossible.
cuando es completamente imposible.
So that's all we get to find out with chapter 20 is that how totally insane it is to try to beat down what we already are.
Entonces eso es lo que estamos reconociendo a través del capítulo 20, de cómo nos culpamos y nos atacamos y lo loco que es.
And you can ask Jesus, Jesus, is it absolutely impossible for me to attack what I truly am?
Y podemos preguntarle a Jesús, Jesús, ¿es completamente posible de atacar lo que ya soy?
But do I like it anyway?
Pero me gusta de todas formas.
Do I like trying to do the impossible, which is attack myself?
Me gusta hacer lo imposible, que es atacarme a mí mismo.
To play the game of dartboard of consciousness?
De jugar al juego de la pantalla oscura de la conciencia.
And isn't that how it feels exactly? Like, ow, 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 ow. All the thoughts coming, ow, 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 ow.
Y no se siente así cuando estamos en ese juego, el au, 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 con esos pensamientos de ataque, au, 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 au.
Like Muji says, you have to see who's powering that. Who is powering that ow, ow, ow?
Y como dice Muji, tenemos que ver qué es lo que le está dando, generando ese poder al au, 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 au.
And don't put power in that.
Y simplemente no le entregues tu poder.
And see the abject power that we have as light, just to, like Muji says, drop it like a hot potato.
Y tenemos que ver nuestro verdadero poder objetivo de que podemos simplemente, como dice Muji, abandonarlo como si fuera una papa caliente.
Papa caliente.
Una papa caliente.
Well, we're talking to Jesus going, no, Jesus, I'm loving holding on to this Papa Caliente.
Pero le hablamos a Jesús y decimos, no, Jesús, a mí me encanta agarrarme a esta papa caliente.
I love it. I want it. You can't have it.
Me encanta, la aprecio, no puedes tenerla.
Meanwhile, our hands are burning.
Cuando nuestras manos se están quemando.
You can ask Jesus, am I fighting you to hold on to this hot potato?
Y podemos preguntarle a Jesús, me estoy yendo en contra de ti y peleándome contigo para aferrarme a esta papa caliente.
Sí.
Sí.
But then we can laugh and start seeing the humor of the impossibility of saying no to light.
Entonces ahí es cuando nos comenzamos a reírnos para ver la imposibilidad de decirle no a la luz.
It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable.
Seguramente resulta obvio que si puedes ser atacado es que no eres invulnerable.
You see attack as a real threat.
Ves el ataque como una amenaza real.
So Jesus, consciousness is a play of the threat game.
Entonces Jesús, la conciencia es el juego de una amenaza.
And making threat real.
Y tratar de hacer la amenaza real.
So he keeps pointing back to light. He says, keep looking, noticing that light doesn't know what it is.
Entonces él nos apunta a regresar a nuestras mentes de ver que es imposible atacar, que la luz simplemente es.
So consciousness has to play like the light's going to get me in order to avoid the light.
Entonces la conciencia juega de alguna forma que la luz me va a coger o me va a agarrar para evitar de reconocerla.
So it can push light out of awareness.
Para que pueda empujar afuera a la luz.
You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe you can really attack.
Ves el ataque como una amenaza real. Esto se debe a que crees que realmente puedes atacar.
So it's helpful to ask Jesus to show us that attack and being attacked are the same thing.
Entonces es muy útil de preguntarle a Jesús que nos enseñe que ser atacado y atacar es lo mismo.
Jesus, in the light of divine being and honesty of God, is attack and being attacked the same?
Jesús, en la luz del ser divino y la honestidad de Dios, ser atacado y atacar es lo mismo.
And when you listen carefully to that yes and really listen to him on that so it blooms in your heart, we start to see, oh yes, I see the game.
Entonces, cuando empiezas a reconocer esto y escuchas ese sí y deja que esto empiece a crecer en tu corazón, entonces es cuando empezamos con esa honestidad de ver.
And we can ask him, so Jesus, I like this game of attacking and being attacked.
Y entonces le preguntamos a Jesús, Jesús, me gusta este juego de atacar y ser atacado.
So when I'm feeling like a dartboard with ouch, 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 I'm creating that experience.
Entonces, cuando me siento como una pantalla oscura, es porque en realidad aprecio o quiero esa experiencia.
And you can hear him say yes.
Y puedes escucharlo decir que sí.
Jesus, in truth and honesty of God, is it true that I can attack?
Jesús, en la honestidad de Dios, en la verdad, es real que pueda atacar.
He says, you as love have no idea what attack is.
Y él dice, tú como amor no tienes ni una idea de lo que es el ataque.
In truth, this is impossible for you.
En la verdad, esto es completamente imposible para ti.
Yet you must see how much you desire this experience.
Pero aún tienes que reconocer cuánto deseas esta experiencia.
You want God to save you from attack, yet you're miscreating it, so you must cease it.
Entonces deseas que Dios te salve del ataque cuando en realidad tienes que abandonar de creer que puedes atacar.
God cannot save you from what does not exist.
Dios no te puede salvar de lo que no existe.
You're already saved because you're light.
Ya estás a salvo porque eres la luz.
That's love, the same as love.
Y eso es amor, lo mismo que el amor.
Love is what you are,
El amor es lo que eres,
infinite, unchanging.
infinitamente inmutable.
So you may pretend that you can attack, but see that this cannot be true.
Entonces puedes pretender que puedes atacar, pero mira que eso no es verdad.
Your happiness depends on this.
Tu felicidad depende de esto.
Seeing that you're already happiness.
Mira que ya eres la felicidad.
And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you.
Y lo que tendría efectos a través tuyo también tiene que tenerlos en ti.
So Jesus, am I creating this effect of feeling attacked?
Entonces Jesús, estoy fabricando este efecto de que puedo ser atacada.
This is the miscreation.
Esta es la falsa creación.
See that infinite love does not know this to be true.
Mira que el amor infinito no conoce esto que sea real.
Infinite love would not have this for you.
El amor infinito no desearía esto para ti.
The grace of God, who you are, would not have this for you.
La gracia de Dios, quien es lo que eres, no desearía esto para ti.
But you have the power to see through this.
Y tienes el poder de atravesar esto y mirar esto.
When you do not look, you are playing weak.
Cuando no quieres mirar, estás tratando de jugar ser débil.
It may seem to be avoidance, running, resistance. This is all weakness, just avoidance of looking.
Y puede parecer como que estás evitando, quieres escaparte, no quieres mirar, y todo esto es la resistencia para evitar de realmente mirar.
Join with me in a moment of light, of infinite light,
Él dice, únete a mí en un momento de luz infinita,
and you will see that these things have no power over you.
y vas a ver que ninguna de estas cosas tiene ningún poder sobre ti.
The correction's very quick.
La corrección es bien rápida.
He says, you're holding on to that hot potato, it's going to make it seem really long.
Si te aferras a esta papa caliente, va a parecer como se va a tomar mucho tiempo.
You can drop it now.
Y la puedes abandonar ahora.
Jesus, do I have the power to drop attack immediately?
Jesús, tengo el poder de simplemente abandonar el ataque inmediatamente.
Do I have to experience a lot of emotions to drop attack right now, or emotions avoidance of seeing that I can drop it now?
Puedo evitar todas las emociones, puedo ir más allá de las emociones para ver que puedo abandonar todos estos pensamientos de ataque ahora mismo.
He's saying, see with emotions that the consciousness likes to play in that currency of guilt.
Y mira a través de estas emociones y nota cómo la conciencia le gusta jugar a través de la culpabilidad.
He says, never judge emotions, just see them for what they are.
Y él dice, nunca juzgues las emociones, simplemente obsérvalas por lo que son.
The currency of guilt.
Una corriente de culpa.
Ask me what's most helpful to heal the mind.
Y pregúntame qué es lo que es más útil para sanar tu mente.
Seeing that looking at desires with me directly and quickly, that's the fastest means I'm offering for you.
Y de mirar rápidamente a estos deseos y creencias es el resultado más útil para ti.
The wanting and itch for objective experience to feel attacked.
El deseo de apreciar y querer esa experiencia objetiva para experimentar el ataque.
And thus I tell you, and what would have effects through you must also have effects on you.
Y lo que tendría efectos a través tuyo también tiene que tenerlos en ti.
This is so powerful to see.
Esto es bien poderoso de ver.
It is this law that will ultimately save you.
Esta es la ley que en última instancia te salvará.
Seeing this is supreme happiness.
Mirar esto y reconocerlo es la felicidad suprema.
But you are misusing it now.
Pero estás usándolo incorrectamente ahora.
You're misusing it for the purposes to deny divine love.
Lo estás usando con el propósito de negar el amor infinito y divino.
You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interest rather than against.
Pero de la que ahora estás haciendo un uso indebido.
Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack.
Puesto que no podrás sino proyectar tus pensamientos de ataque, temerás ser atacado.
It's really helpful to let this just fully sink in, fully.
Y es bien útil de permitir que esto completamente se nos absorba.
Jesus, because my attack thoughts will be projected, I fear attack.
Jesús, porque mis pensamientos van a ser proyectados, voy a temer ser atacado.
He says, that's why you must bring those attack thoughts to me so we can look together to see they're untrue.
Por eso es muy útil de que traigas todos estos pensamientos de ataque, me lo traigas a mí para que podamos mirarlos juntos.
As long as you're willing to believe they're true, you must keep coming to me.
Y mientras creas que son reales, tienes que seguir viniendo hacia mí.
You come to me with willingness to be shown that they really don't exist.
Y tienes que venir con la disposición y la voluntad de en realidad enseñármelos para que te demuestre que no son reales.
See, when you don't come to me, I can't help you see that they don't exist.
Y cuando no te acercas a mí, no puedo enseñarte de que en realidad no existen.
So pretending like you can't hear my voice and pretending like you can't come to me or it's bad to come to me means you just want to keep them.
Entonces pretender de que no escuchas mi voz, pretender de que no puedes traérmelos o pretender de que no puedas acercarte a mí es una excusa para no querer verlos y aferrarte a estos pensamientos.
It's the means by which you're keeping the play of the domain of the ego.
Es el medio al cual mantienes el dominio del ego.
And if you fear attack, you must believe that you're not invulnerable.
Entonces, y si temes ser atacado, es que crees que no eres invulnerable.
So Jesus, do I have a desire for an experience of feeling vulnerable?
Entonces, Jesús, tengo un deseo de la experiencia de sentirme como que puedo ser invulnerable.
So in the play of consciousness, consciousness will make a feeling of feeling vulnerable and then try to avoid feeling vulnerable.
Entonces, en el juego de la conciencia trata de sentirse, desea sentirse invulnerable y juega para no realizar que es invulnerable.
So consciousness will say, I do not want to feel vulnerable.
Entonces, la conciencia juega y dice, no quiero sentirme vulnerable.
I do not want to feel invulnerable means I want to feel, I do not want to feel vulnerable means I want to feel vulnerable.
Entonces, el decir quiero sentirme vulnerable es en realidad decir que quiero sentirme invulnerable.
So whenever you're saying, I don't want to, just drop the don't. And that's really what you want.
Entonces, cuando tienes ese pensamiento, no quiero esto, simplemente abandona el no quiero y sigue la línea el yo quiero.
And that leaves behind that residue of the truth of how consciousness is playing.
Y eso deja atrás esa instancia de cómo la conciencia quiere jugar.
Attack thoughts, therefore, make you vulnerable in your own mind.
Los pensamientos de ataque, por lo tanto, hacen que seas vulnerable en tu propia mente.
So consciousness generates the doubt thoughts, the attack thoughts, so it can have an experience of feeling vulnerable.
Entonces, la conciencia hace surgir el pensamiento de ataque para que así pueda sentirse vulnerable.
So Jesus, I'm relishing those attack thoughts, miscreating them and relishing the experience of them, and then I don't want to give them over to you.
Entonces, Jesús, en realidad aprecio esta experiencia de ataque, crear falsamente la experiencia y entonces apreciar la experiencia del ataque en vez de entregártelos a ti.
Attack thoughts therefore make you vulnerable in your own mind, which is where the attack thoughts are.
Los pensamientos de ataque, por lo tanto, hacen que seas vulnerable en tu propia mente, que es donde se encuentran.
Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together.
Los pensamientos de ataque y la invulnerabilidad no pueden aceptarse al unísono, pues se contradicen entre sí.
So if you're not at peace, that means you're valuing attack thoughts more than who you are.
Entonces, si no estás en paz es porque estás valorando los los pensamientos de ataque más de quien en realidad eres.
Jesus, do I value attack thoughts more than I value who I truly am?
Jesús, valoro más los pensamientos de ataque en vez de lo que realmente soy.
Do I actually create them and relish them?
En realidad los fabrico y los aprecio
And enjoy keeping them?
y disfruto de mantenerlos.
That's how the ego feels like it's real, is that wanting of keeping those attack thoughts.
Y así es como se siente que el ego es real, tratando de aferrarnos y mantener estos pensamientos de ataque.
So whenever you're feeling mad, you can be sure 100% that you're trying to keep the attack thoughts.
Entonces, si tienes ira y te sientes molesto, puedes estar seguro 100% de que aprecias y quieres mantener estos pensamientos de ataque.
And not look immediately with me for the desire for that experience.
Y tratar de evitar de mirar conmigo al deseo de la experiencia.
And it's unwillingness to go quickly to light to see that it's unreal.
Entonces es tratar de evitar de ir directamente a la luz para ver que es irreal.
Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together.
Los pensamientos de ataque y la invulnerabilidad no pueden aceptarse al unísono.
So that's why we start with infinite light of being who you truly are.
Entonces comenzamos con la luz del ser que en realidad es lo que eres.
See that infinite light doesn't know what attack thought is.
Mira que la luz infinita no reconoce lo que un pensamiento de ataque es.
And see that as infinite light and an attack thought and light, see that it dissolves immediately. That attack thought will go, it cannot coexist in this light.
Entonces puedes ver que si tienes un pensamiento de ataque y está la luz, no pueden coexistir porque la luz disuelve el pensamiento de ataque.
So that's all that's meant by releasing the attack thought to the light of who you are, to see that it does not exist there.
Entonces esto es lo que significa de reconocer quién en realidad eres, la luz, para que pueda disolver ese pensamiento de ataque.
So consciousness plays to pretend like it's going to be horrific just to take a thought to light.
Entonces la conciencia pretende de que va a ser una cosa horrorífica de llevar ese pensamiento de ataque hacia la luz.
So it's a play to avoid the simplicity of this looking, of putting the thought to see it in the holy instant, see it in the light.
Entonces es la simplicidad en realidad de llevar ese ataque, de ese pensamiento de ataque hacia la luz para ver, to see,
To see that they cannot coexist.
para ver que no pueden coexistir.
It's just a recognition that if you look at anything as the light of divine being, you'll see the unreal immediately.
Y ese reconocimiento que si ves la luz del ser divino se disuelve inmediatamente.
That's just the play. Consciousness wants to pretend like it's not light.
Y ese es el juego en realidad, que la conciencia no quiere reconocer que ya es la luz.
The correction's always available immediately, but the play is to pretend and like, oh, it's going to be bad. And if I look at it in the light, I'm going to die, all those kinds of things.
Entonces la corrección es inmediatamente, pero el juego es, si llevo esto a la luz va a ser horrorífico, va a ser malo y todo eso para evitar de en realidad mirar.
Yet because you don't know where you're pretending not to be light, you have to follow me.
Entonces, en realidad, como estás pretendiendo de que no eres la luz, tienes que seguirme.
Because the play of consciousness just loves that attack play.
Porque el juego de la conciencia en realidad le encanta el juego del ataque.
And so it's going to hide it in all kinds of little pockets and places so it can keep that feeling of separation alive.
Entonces va a jugar de mantener todo este sentido como en los bolsillitos de su pantalón para agarrarse a ese juego del ataque.
And pretend that looking as the light is going to hell.
Y entonces pretende como que mirar como la luz es ir al infierno.
So you can see he's saying they contradict each other. Invulnerability and attack thoughts are contradiction.
Entonces puedes ver aquí que él dice, pues se contradicen entre sí. Ves que la invulnerabilidad y el pensamiento de ataque no pueden aceptarse en sí mismos unidos.
See that the light doesn't know what a contradiction is.
Y tienes que notar que la luz no conoce lo que una contradicción es.
And see that no attack thought can stand in that light.
Y puedes ver que ningún pensamiento de ataque puede mantenerse en esa luz.
The idea for today introduces thought as you always attack yourself first.
La idea de hoy introduce el pensamiento de que siempre te atacas a ti mismo primero.
This is really good to see. Jesus, let's see this fully. Will you help us see this fully? That it's always myself I attack first.
Y vamos a reconocer esto. Y Jesús, ayúdame a ver esto, ayúdame a ver que en realidad soy yo que siempre me ataco primero.
So it always seems like you look at a brother or you don't like something informs you look at a brother and, oh, I don't like that hairstyle.
Y es que puedes notar esto a través de la forma. Vamos a decir, ves a un hermano y dices, bueno, no me gusta cómo se ve su cabello hoy.
But it's always the attack against to deny light to yourself.
Y en realidad es actualmente un ataque para negar la luz en ti primero.
So the trick is though it's somewhere out there, something not to like a sound or what's happening.
Entonces el truco es que parece que está allá afuera, como a través de que no me gusta un sonido, no me gusta cierta cosa allá afuera, pero en realidad es en mí.
It's since there's only one, the attack's always here. It's always the light pretending it's not what it is.
Entonces como el ataque siempre es aquí, como simplemente hay uno, entonces el ataque no está en ninguna otra parte, está aquí.
This is so deep.
Esto es tan profundo.
If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes.
Entonces miremos esto, si los pensamientos de ataque entrañan forzosamente la creencia que eres vulnerable, su efecto no es otro que debilitarte ante tus propios ojos.
So consciousness creates attack thoughts in order to have the experience of feeling weak.
Entonces la conciencia fabrica los pensamientos de ataque para tener la experiencia de que en sí misma es vulnerable
And powerless.
y sin poder.
Jesus, do I desire attack thoughts in order to have an experience of feeling weak?
Jesús, deseo la experiencia del pensamiento de ataque para sentirme impotente.
See, that's the whole play, is to feel weak and little and tiny.
Entonces vemos que este es todo el juego de querer sentirnos pequeños, chiquitos y sin poder, invulnerable, vulnerable.
And I don't know if they have this other places, but in the United States, we have something called, couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag.
Y no sé si quizás este dicho puede verse en Latinoamérica, pero en los Estados Unidos hay este dicho que dice, déjame ver esta jabita de papeles para, let me see the
A
paper bag.
paper bag, yes.
Déjame ver esta jabita de papeles.
So we know that if you are inside a paper bag, we can look at a paper bag and you can get in it, and it would not be so difficult to break out of a paper bag.
Entonces vamos a ver que si nos metemos adentro de un cartucho, diría un cartucho, una jabita de papel, podemos ver que no podemos salir de este.
Yet if you believe that paper bag is very solid, you're going to pretend like you can't get out.
Entonces, si empiezas a ver que este cartucho es sólido, no vas a poder salir de él.
And this is a commonly talked about in consciousness, to see how consciousness works. If you have an elephant and you tie that elephant to a post stake in the ground with a chain.
Entonces, podemos ver este juego en la conciencia, que si tienes un elefante y lo tratas de encerrarlo en un tubo.
So at first, it might be a big, huge stake. It seems really big because the elephant's going to pull it first to try to escape the stake.
Entonces, si tratamos de encadenar un elefante hacia un poste, diríamos, vas a ver que va a ser duro de que se desprenda.
But he'll try, and then it'll seem like the stake can't come up.
Y él va a intentar de escaparse una y otra vez, pero va a ver que no puede desprenderse de ese tubo de hierro.
So after a while at the circus, he gets trained that when he has a chain on his foot, he can't go anywhere.
Y entonces va a ser entrenado una y otra vez de que cuando esté amarrado a una cadena en sus pies, no va a poder escaparse.
So eventually all they have to do is have the chain with a little pin in the ground and the elephant will stay.
Entonces, al final de todo lo que tiene que hacer es amarrar al elefante con esta cadena y un tornillo en la tierra, y el elefante simplemente no va a tratar de escaparse.
So even though the elephant's strong enough just to walk away, it stays.
Y entonces, aun cuando el elefante es fuerte para poder escaparse, no lo va a intentar.
It thinks it's too weak to leave.
Ya cree que es muy impotente y débil para poder escaparse.
So that's the same thing. You think you're in a paper bag that you can't break out of when it's just like a paper bag you can break out.
Entonces, esto es lo mismo que pensamos que estamos adentro de una jabita de cartucho y no podemos escapar. Entonces, porque pensamos que el cartucho es más fuerte que nosotros.
So the desired experience is to be in a paper bag to pretend like we can't break out.
Entonces, la experiencia deseada es pretender que estamos adentro de este cartucho, de esta jaba de papel, que no podemos escaparnos.
And keep telling Jesus how weak we are and we can't. But Jesus, I can't break out of this.
Y entonces seguimos tratando de convencer a Jesús lo débil que somos. Soy tan débil, Jesús, que no puedo escaparme de esto.
I'm not powerful enough.
No soy lo suficientemente poderoso para esto.
All the while being powerless just to tear a little hole in it and walk out.
Y todo este tiempo de ser tan poderoso que simplemente tengo que empujar un poquito y ya estoy libre.
So you can ask Jesus, do I desire an experience of feeling like I'm in a paper bag and can't get out?
Entonces le preguntamos a Jesús, deseo la experiencia de sentirme que estoy adentro de un cartucho y que no puedo escapar.
He's saying, and a paper bag's more important than a body.
Y él dice, y el cartucho en sí mismo no es tan importante como el cuerpo.
And a body's more important than a paper bag.
Y el cuerpo no es más importante que una jabita, un cartucho de papel.
But that's why that we have to keep the attack going. Something bad's going to happen if I break out of the paper bag.
Entonces tenemos que seguir con ese juego de que algo malo va a suceder para así evitar salir de ese cartucho, esa jaba de papel.
I feel really safe in this paper bag because the boogeyman's on the outside.
Me siento bien segura dentro de este cartucho porque el coco afuera me va a atacar.
Now, if we just saw someone sitting in a paper bag, would we see that it's not a problem for them to get out?
Entonces, si reconocemos que hay alguien sentado arriba de un cartucho, una jabita de papel, podemos ver que pueden salir de este.
So Jesus is telling us it's the same. You're making the boogeyman on the outside that does not exist.
Entonces él dice, es lo mismo, estás tratando de poner el coco afuera de ti que en realidad no existe.
That's what beliefs are. It's trying to make a paper bag really solid and hard to get out of.
Y esto es tal como es las creencias, que tratamos de pensar que son como cartuchos de papeles a los cuales no podemos escaparnos.
Thus, attack thoughts have attacked your perception of yourself.
De este modo han atacado tu percepción de ti mismo.
And because you believe them, you can no longer believe in yourself.
Y puesto que crees en ellos, ya no puedes creer en ti mismo.
So we can ask Jesus, Jesus, do I want to believe attack thoughts more than who I am?
Entonces vamos a preguntarle a Jesús, Jesús, en realidad quiero creer en estos pensamientos de ataque más en realidad en quién soy.
A false image of yourself has come to take a place of what you are.
Una falsa imagen de ti mismo ha venido a ocupar en lugar de lo que eres.
Jesus is a body of false image.
Jesús, un cuerpo es una imagen falsa.
A body's an attack thought.
El cuerpo es un pensamiento de ataque.
Yet the spirit can flip that around so that it can be used in holy purpose.
Y aún así el espíritu puede usarlo para cambiarlo y ponerlo en un santo propósito.
Practice with today's idea will help you to understand that vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts.
Practicar con la idea de hoy te ayudará a entender que la vulnerabilidad o la invulnerabilidad son el resultado de tus propios pensamientos.
Nothing except your thoughts can attack you.
Nada excepto tus propios pensamientos pueden atacarte.
So Jesus, when I'm feeling like a dartboard and going, ow, 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 that means I'm believing my own attack thoughts.
Entonces Jesús, cuando estoy pretendiendo de ser una pantalla oscura y estar en ese au, 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 en realidad estoy creyendo mis pensamientos de ataque.
You feel the smoke rising on that?
¿Sientes el humo cuando surgió en eso?
Nothing except your thoughts can attack you.
Nada excepto tus propios pensamientos pueden atacarte.
Nothing except your thoughts can make you think you're vulnerable.
Nada excepto tus propios pensamientos pueden hacerte pensar que eres vulnerable.
And nothing except your thoughts can prove to you that this is not so.
Y nada excepto tus propios pensamientos pueden probarte que esto no es así.
So we need our own thoughts to prove to us that thoughts cannot make us vulnerable.
Entonces necesitamos nuestros propios pensamientos para hacernos creer que somos vulnerables.
Otherwise, because you wouldn't need all of this, you could just accept, okay, I'm the light, ta-da.
Porque de otra forma simplemente aceptaríamos esto y decir, bueno, ya soy la luz, ¡tará!
The light doesn't need any thoughts to show it that it's already the light.
La luz no necesita pensamiento para convencerse a sí misma que ya es la luz.
Jesus, this is all desired experience.
Jesús, todo esto es una experiencia deseada.
He doesn't ever say no.
Él nunca dice que no.
He says, well, at least you can laugh when you see the truth.
Pero por lo menos te puedes reír cuando reconoces la verdad.
And not to take it all so seriously.
Y de no tomarlo tan en serio.
6 practice periods are required in applying today's idea.
La idea de hoy requiere 6 sesiones de práctica.
A full 2 minutes should be attempted for each of them, although the time may be reduced to a minute if the discomfort is too great.
Se deben dedicar 2 minutos completos a cada una de ellas, que puede reducirse a 1 en caso de que la incomodidad sea demasiado grande.
So since this is where we've looked a lot, I asked him, so if discomfort arises, that's desired experience too, isn't it?
Entonces le pregunté, porque ves que eso es bien profundo, le pregunté que si esto surge, una incomodidad, es donde ahí está el deseo de la experiencia.
He says, yes, yet you must ask me what's most helpful in following these lessons. So if you
Y
can't,
él,
oh, go ahead, Dara.
y él dice, sí, entonces tienes que venir hacia mí para preguntarme dónde está el deseo de la experiencia.
So if you feel you can't hear my voice to guide you specifically, then just follow the lesson exactly like I'm giving it to you.
Y si sientes que no puedes escuchar mi voz específicamente, entonces tienes que hacer la lección específicamente como te la estoy pidiendo que la hagas.
In this way, it will be gentle.
Y de esta forma va a ser muy gentil.
He knows there's a lot of resistance in the mind to these lessons.
Él comprende que hay mucha resistencia en la mente hacia estas lecciones.
So he's trying to just keep it really simple for us until we're ready for that level, that deeper looking like we're doing with chapter 20.
Entonces, esto es el entrenamiento al cual Él nos lleva a través de estas lecciones para gentilmente abrir la mente y entonces profundizar a través del capítulo 20.
I'm asking him, so yet everyone who's coming to these light circles is ready to really look full Monty with them.
Y entonces le estoy preguntando si todos los que se unen aquí es porque están listos a completamente ver directamente como si fuera un full Monty hacia estas creencias.
Yes, and to go all the way without delay.
Y ir directamente sin un retraso.
No waiting line
No hay una línea de espera
for infinite.
para lo infinito.
Do not reduce it further.
No deben reducirse a menos de eso.
So do not reduce it less than a minute.
Entonces no lo reduzcas a menos de un minuto.
So he's willing to reduce discomfort somewhat, but he's not going to let us compromise on not looking.
Entonces él no está haciendo reducir la incomodidad un poco, pero no ir más allá de esto.
And he is reminding me, see that you're generating discomfort. But, you know, and this is a reminder for chapter 22. If any discomfort arises, just look at the desire. Okay, I feel discomfort. I'm desiring it. Look directly at it.
Entonces este es el recuerdo que nos trae de que si hay alguna incomodidad, en realidad es una experiencia deseada, lo estoy generando. Entonces él lo que nos hace es mirar a través del capítulo 20, que si tenemos esa incomodidad de simplemente mirarlo directamente.
And you know, with Monopoly, they have a saying with this game Monopoly, do not pass go, go directly to jail.
Y sabes, en el juego del monopolio, de cómo dicen de que no pases directamente, simplemente te vas a la prisión.
Jesus is using that differently now. He's saying, do not pass go, go directly to desire to look with me.
Entonces Jesús lo interpreta de esta manera que dice, no sigas, simplemente ven directo a ver los deseos conmigo.
So go directly to look with him at every desire.
Entonces ve directamente con él a ver cada deseo.
And he'll show you the direct way to be free from these desires.
Y él te va a enseñar el medio directo de atravesar y ver estos deseos.
The practice period should begin with repeating the idea for today, then closing your eyes.
Go ahead, Kay.
Then closing your eyes and reviewing the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing you concern.
Comienza cada sesión repitiendo la idea de hoy. Luego cierra los ojos y trae de nuevo a la mente aquellas cuestiones aún sin resolver, cuyos posibles desenlaces te inquietan.
The concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation.
La inquietud puede manifestarse en forma de depresión, ansiedad, ira, una sensación de cohesión, miedo.
Any problem as yet unsettled that tends to recur in your thoughts during the day is a suitable subject.
Cualquier problema aún sin resolver que tienda a reaparecer en tus pensamientos durante el día constituyen un sujeto adecuado.
You will not be able to use very many for any one practice period because a longer time than usual should be spent with each one.
No podrás abarcar muchos de ellos en cada sesión de práctica porque se debe dedicar más tiempo del habitual a cada uno de ellos.
So he's really pointing to being thorough with him, to fully
Entonces,
clear.
él no está apuntando a ser bien claro con él, bien directo con él, para así poder aclarar nuestra mente.
So to go all the way through seeing that it's unreal.
Para poder ir directamente y atravesarlo y ver que no es real.
Today's idea should be applied as follows.
La idea de hoy debe aplicarse de la siguiente manera.
First, name the situation. I am concerned about blank.
Primero, nombra la situación. Estoy preocupado acerca de.
Then go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection and which has caused you concern, referring to each one quite specifically, saying, I'm afraid that blank will happen.
Luego examina todos los posibles desenlaces que se te hayan ocurrido en conexión con la situación, que te hayan causado inquietud y refiriéndote a cada uno de ellos de manera muy concreta, di lo siguiente: temo que lo que pueda ocurrir es que.
If you're doing the exercise properly, you should have some 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation you use.
Si has estado haciendo los ejercicios correctamente, deberías haber encontrado 5 o 6 posibilidades desagradables para cada una de las situaciones en cuestión y probablemente más.
He's really showing us how consciousness manufactures all the distressing options.
Entonces, él en realidad no está apuntando a ver cómo la conciencia genera todos estos escenarios desagradables.
And he's saying 5 or 6 and quite possibly more.
Y entonces él nos dice 6 posibilidades o más, 5 o 6 posibilidades o más.
It is much more helpful to cover a few situations thoroughly than to touch on a large number.
Es mucho mejor examinar detenidamente unas cuantas situaciones que revisar un número mayor superficialmente.
As the list of anticipated outcomes for each situation continues, you'll probably find some of them, especially those that occur to you toward the end, less acceptable to you.
A medida que la lista de los desenlaces que prevés se haga más larga, es probablemente que alguno de ellos, especialmente aquellos que se te ocurran hacia el final, te resulten menos aceptables.
Try, however, to treat them all alike to whatever extent you can.
Procura, no obstante, en la medida de darlos a todos.
Yeah, he's really teaching us how not to hide from things, to just look at everything directly and with sameness.
Entonces, él en realidad nos está entrenando a mirar a todo igual, de directamente mirarlo para ver que todo es igual.
After you have named each outcome of which you are afraid, tell yourself, that thought is an attack thought upon myself.
Después que hayas nombrado cada desenlace que temes, di para tus adentros: este pensamiento es un ataque contra mí mismo.
Conclude each practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself once more.
Concluye cada sesión de práctica repitiendo una vez más para tus adentros la idea de hoy.
My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability.
Mis pensamientos de ataque atacan mi invulnerabilidad.
He's saying, you are the way, the truth, and the life.
Él dice: tú eres el camino, la luz y la vida.
You have the power within to do this lesson fully and to follow me in everything.
Tienes el poder de poder hacer esta elección completamente y de seguirme.
In this, you will see all the love the Father has for you.
Y en esto vas a ver el amor que el Padre tiene para ti,
beyond any idea that you can think or any attack thought you can make.
más allá de toda idea de lo que pienses, más allá de cualquier pensamiento de ataque.
You will see that this love is here for you always.
Y vas a ver que este amor está para ti siempre aquí.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for this holiness and reminder.
Gracias, Jesús, por esta santidad y este recuerdo.
So much gratitude for this with brothers.
Tanta gracia. Estoy tan agradecida con todos mis hermanos.
So we'd like to ask Lori if she would come sing one of her beautiful songs for us.
Entonces vamos a pedirle a Lori que nos cante una hermosa canción hoy.
Just come sing a song of joy, Lori.
Ven y cántanos a nuestros corazones una canción de dicha, Lori.
This is called La Luz, Everclear.
Esta canción se llama La Luz y tan claramente.
Do you feel the smoke rising? Do you feel the smoke is all joy. Is joy spring eternal? Is something very wrong right now? Everything in the world, Jesus, are you always here? Come to me, come to me. feel the smoke rising? Do you feel the smoke rising? Ever clear, ever clear. Ever clear, ever clear, ever clear.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for being with us today. Let's join in the light with our brother Jesus. Today's lesson is lesson number 26 in the Course of Miracles workbook. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. And the desire given from this lesson is to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability. Jesus, in honesty of God, do I have the desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability, hidden below my level of awareness?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
If Jesus reveals to you that you have a desire below your level of awareness, that you are valuing more than the love of the Father, admit the desire and ask for a miracle. Jesus, do I value the desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability more than I value the love of God?
Yes.
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 Yes. Jesus, am I ready for the miracle on this desire, or is there more to see?
There's more.
More to see.
More.
More.
Jesus, will you show me that the desire to experience attack thoughts, attacking my invulnerability, does not have the value that I think it does?
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No. There can be many miracles on the way to fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us deeper into the hidden corners of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with this desire to experience attack thoughts, attacking my invulnerability? Or do I need to go even deeper and look further with you?
Deeper.
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 Jesus, do I value the desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability more than I value the love of God?
Yes.
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 Ye-
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus, am I ready for the miracle on this desire, or is there more to see?
Ready.
More to see.
More.
More. Jesus, will you show me that the desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability does not have the value that I think it does?
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There can be many miracles in the way of fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us deeper into the hidden corners of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with this desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability? Or do I need to go even deeper?
Deeper.
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 Super.
Deeper.
Jesus, do I value the desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability more than I value the love of God?
Yes.
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 Jesus, am I ready for the miracle on this desire? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Jesus, will you show me that the desire to experience attack thoughts, attacking my invulnerability, does not have the value that I think it does?
Yes.
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 Jesus, have I accepted a miracle on this desire?
Yes.
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 There can be many miracles on the way to fully releasing a desire as Jesus moves us deeper into the hidden fullness of the mind. Jesus, am I complete with this desire to experience attack thoughts attacking my invulnerability? Or do I need to go deeper? Complete.
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 Complete. Complete.
Thank you, Jesus, for the miracle. And thank you, mighty companions. If anybody feels a need later in the day to work on this some more with Jesus, or by putting a message and asking for a joining partner on the a new covenant messenger group, then please do so. So we're going now into the section of this light circle where we practice speaking the voice for God by sharing what Jesus tells us to say about what we've learned in the lesson. So if you feel prompted to share what he wants you to remember about the session, or in what way you may have heaven and hell upside down, please do share, because it is helpful for healing the whole mind. I'll start. I found myself very naturally and easily relishing the idea of attack thoughts, my attack thoughts, attacking myself, and it seemed like cruelty to something defenseless, but I was enjoying it. And then I stopped enjoying it and realized that I would like to give that defenseless thing protection, and to ask Jesus to help me release that desire, which he did.
I'll share, Sue. Thank you. That was a nice share. This morning, Sue and I joined for our chapter 20, and it just really opened up. It's beautiful how it happens before we have our circle. And it just opened up after we completed. There were so many. I just kept asking Jesus to just keep showing me. And there were so many under my awareness, absolutely, that were playing out yesterday. And what I got was I just kept seeing it was somebody else. It wasn't me. They were attacking me all day long. So that was my take home here, that for some reason yesterday, just wasn't wanting to see that it was me. I just wanted to get stuck in that it was somebody else, but anyway, the two running in together was really cleared a lot for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha.
Yeah, I'll share. Jesus is showing me that when I think of attack thoughts, I think of, as you're saying, Martha, cruelty and criminal. And he's saying what you have to realize is that every thought about this world is an attack thought. Mind wandering is an attack thought. We watched a movie last night about a brilliant mathematician, and no one could figure out how he knew what he knew. And he said he didn't even know how it was coming to him, but he said any math calculation that is not connected to the thought of God doesn't mean anything. And that's what Jesus is reminding me of today. As you're walking through your day and focused on all your doings, if you're not connected with God throughout, then those are attack thoughts. So thank you for helping me see this, Jesus.
Thank you, David.
When we started out this lesson, it just seemed like attack thoughts were the ocean I swim in. It's like everywhere. It's like, and more, let me just check in here. It seems like there's less struggle with the process. In other words, there's a trust that Holy Spirit, Jesus, is going to carry me through this, because always, I don't know if there's ever been a time when I've started out a desire and looking at the relishing during one of these light circles or joining, when I didn't feel like I was swimming in the ocean of that desire. And like, that's all there was. There isn't anything else. However, the level of trust has been strengthened and strengthened and strengthened through this process, and over again, day after day, so that there's a recognition that truly this can be depended on, that I'm being carried. And that when I allow it, this process is really very simple. When I allow it, this process is very simple. It's all the attack thoughts that keep me from seeing how simple it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
One of the main things he's reminding me is that I attack myself first. So to see that and the power of seeing that. I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag. That's helpful. To see how I really like to fight myself, God, Jesus, and then, kind of, and just be in that play that there's a difference. um, and it's like the voice, speaking the voice, like listening, speaking, following, the simplicity of that, and how like Kay is showing the little no thanks sign. That's another good one to remember. It just makes it so clear. It's like, this is what I'm doing when I'm attempting to attack or feel attacked, is I'm just saying no thanks. So that's lightening it up. And also, like, the power of seeing all the distress, like how many he said, like 5 or 6, at least for each scenario. And then he was reminding me, it's like all hypothetical. It's all just like ideas that I'm playing with in my mind, outcomes for things. And how I love that. I love for there to be all these distressing outcomes, or I can't make a decision, or I have to wait, or I have to, all these different ways to delay, and yeah, just it's been like a beautiful reminder of willingness too, just in the last couple days, of seeing all the contrast and the willingness. And so it's like he wants me to recognize that and honor that, really honor that, and see that, I guess I've what he said was, I've been looking for love through attack. If I could get more attack, that's my way to love. And so seeing that flip, and that I can choose to say no to that, just drop the attack thoughts and say yes to God. So yeah, thank you for all the reminders.
Thank you, Renee. Is there anyone else who would like to share or feels prompted? There are no more shares, then thank you for the beautiful shares. Thank you, Jesus, for the miracle. And thank you, mighty companions.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, mighties. Beautiful shares.
Mhm. Gratitude.
Love you. Thank you all.